Have you ever considered which watch styles are most popular and why? Overall, it's clear that tool watches are the most popular category. They are designed for a specific practical purpose, making them dependable, strong daily users for a variety of settings and garment types. The diving watch is unquestionably the most popular among tool watches and has been for a long time. What makes diving watches so popular? First and foremost, it is their personal style. There's a lot of affection for the dive look, which features huge hour markers and large hands that make the time easy to see. On top of that, the rotatable bezel and 60-minute diving scale on most dive watches are much-loved elements wearers love to play around with. Sure, not too many folks will ever go diving with these, but their sturdiness and water resistance equate to fantastic build quality, which helps make dive watches the much-loved daily wearers they are. Let's dive and look at the 10 best dive watches currently available. The Steinhart Ocean Vintage Military is a popular and well-regarded diver's watch known for its vintage-inspired design and robust build quality. And now, on to the watch. The case of the OVM is stainless steel with a brushed finish on the top surface and polished sides. It measures 42 mm without the crown, 50 mm lug to lug, and has 22 mm lug width. This makes the OVM larger and bulkier than a true sub, but still sits in that very comfortable medium-sized watch range. The classically shaped case has slab sides and a fairly flat profile. The most predominant formal feature of the case are the large triangular lugs and crown guard, but neither really draw too much attention. The case design is ultimately very functional and leaves the visual weight of the watch to the bezel and dial. The watch has a solid steel screw-down case back with small lettering etched around its perimeter with various details. In the center of the case back is a large and amusing etching of either a Trojan soldier or more likely Neptune with a trident riding in a chariot pulled by a giant seahorse. The etching is just a silhouette, but it's a nice touch. You are getting a terrifically built watch with an ETA 2824-225 joules automatic movement, a domed sapphire crystal with double-hour internal coating, a good quality oyster-style steel bracelet, and generally superb finishing all around. In conclusion, the Steinhart Ocean Vintage Military is a compelling choice for those who appreciate vintage aesthetics, robust dive watch capabilities, and value for money. Certina is an often overlooked Swiss luxury watch brand on the prestigious Swatch Group ladder with a storied history dating back to 1888. The 43mm Certina DS Action Diver is a fully automatic, ISO-certified dive watch. Not just a dive-style watch, they can truly take a beating on a surf or dive trip and come out of the water looking as sharp as it did going in. Industry pros and enthusiasts know Certina's DS line for toughness and excellent build quality. Indeed, DS stands for double security and dates back to the brand's innovative 1959 design, which used 2 extra rings around the crown and stem to make the watch fully watertight. It's no coincidence that a turtle features on the screw-down caseback. The watch, much like a turtle's shell, is super tough to crack. And not only is the Certina DS Action Diver virtually indestructible, it also features a handsome, glossy black dial. The traditional Swiss dive watch face is somewhat reminiscent of a Rolex Submariner, the gold standard of Swiss divers. The Certina's elegance and timeless look mean that it's as suitable for a boardroom as it is for a dive boat. With an MSRP just shy of $1,000, this dive watch offers exceptional value for money, especially when compared with similar Swiss watches. Bulova kicks off the reissued Devil Diver collection with a limited edition of 666 pieces with a 41mm orange version featuring the Swiss Salida movement. This version was followed up with a number of less expensive colors, including this version we have today. The movements have been downgraded to the Miyota 8 series, while the cases have been enlarged in size to 44mm. Although I would have preferred this version to follow the smaller case format, at 44mm wide it feels smaller than you'd think. The bezel is set well within the edge of the case and the lugs are very compact. Therefore, it will not burden smaller wrists. Plus, it has a lot of personality. If you're looking for the fun of Doxa or Synchro Military but don't want to spend 4 figures, this Bulova game is a good alternative. The case shape is very similar and uses quite a few of its own unique touches. Besides the colors, one of the main attractions of Devil Diver is the clearly implemented 3D indicators. They sit on metal stands, add depth to the disc, and make viewing from an angle really enjoyable. Despite being an entry-level movement, the Miyota 821D in the non-Ali Devil Divers category looks decent. The lack of hacking and a slower stroke rate are what you probably get in a vintage diver, plus it helps keep the overall cost low. It offers manual winding and speed dating. The Bulova Devil Diver Oceanographer is a compelling alternative to similarly priced Seikos. The Casio Duro, meaning hard or tough in Spanish and Italian, is an icon of the watch world for a reason. Hands down, it offers the best technical specs for a $50 dive watch. Quite simply, there's nothing like it at its price. A true dive watch with 200 meters water resistance and a screw-down crown from the highly regarded Japanese manufacturer Casio. The Duro has a die-hard following and happens to be the watch of choice for a rather famous tech billionaire, which is a testament to its almost universal appeal. On the surface, it's a typical three-hand quartz diver with a date complication, but when it catches the light, the Duro's iridescence shines. It really is much better looking and captivating in person. At 44 millimeters across, the Duro is not exactly small, although its average lug-to-lug length of 49 millimeters means that the watch should fit across most wrists comfortably. It is versatile and suitable for all situations, whether you're in the water, getting mucky on a hike, sweaty on a run, or even at the office. A big component of what makes the Duro so adaptable is its standard 22 millimeters lug width, which makes changing out the rudimentary resin strap a breeze. The 2019 reissue is called the Sub200, which, as is often the case with Doxa nomenclature, tells you it has a water resistance rating of 200 meters. It measures 42 millimeters across, but its lug-to-lug of only 46 millimeters means it wears a lot smaller. The thickness of 13.8 millimeters is really not as bad as it sounds. Much of it is down to the box-type sapphire crystal and the protruding case back, which nestles into the wrist. I would say this wears like a rather elegant 40 millimeters diver. This is one of those watches that is quite poorly represented by its cold numbers. My Sub200 is powered by an ETA 2824 automatic movement. I assume Doxa has now switched to a drop-in equivalent, like a Certina Sub200. The specs list a Swiss 4 Hz caliber with a 38-hour power reserve. We have a date at 3 o'clock, executed in white to match the white lume of the indices. The Sub200 is fitted with a sapphire bezel inlay with markings matched to the dial color. It is indeed lumed but extremely faintly. You can have your pick from 7 colors for the dial, which is executed in a nicely textured matte finish. Mine is very obviously yellow, which Doxa refers to as digging star. The watch comes on either a very supple beads of rice bracelet or a color-matching FKM rubber strap. The bracelet is another big plus for me. The beads of rice look suits the style of the watch so well. It is also easily one of the most comfortable bracelets I have ever worn. In conclusion, the Doxa Sub200 is a classic dive watch that combines a distinctive design with functionality and reliability.